Guys, Trox is here for White Gaming, and today I'm doing a video on unholy death knights and how they are in MOP, PvP wise mostly, and just how the spec turned out. So, unholy death knights haven't changed that much. Let's go to the talents. This isn't a talent video, I'm just going to quickly go over the talents that I have. Right here we have Unholy Blight. It's pretty mandatory. It kind of sucks. Hopefully they buff the other two. And it's another outbreak. It swarms this thing around you. It gives you hero. Click on it. So it puts this effect on me for 10 seconds. And as you see, there's some bugs swarming around me. And anybody in that radius of me gets diseases on them. Great for getting mass packs, getting lots of diseases on lots of people. Also great for getting rogues of the stealth, and also good for just getting your diseases up. Also, this has a 1.5 minute cooldown now. Wait, what? Apparently, it has a 1.5 minute cooldown. That sucks. But you can almost keep your diseases up all the time. With Outbreak having a 1 minute cooldown, this having a 1.5 minute cooldown. I'm not sure if that's a bug. But yeah. Next choice, Lichborn. Again, mandatory. Hopefully buff the other two. Anti-magic zone's not worth it. Purgatory only makes you live for a few seconds. Lichborn's a really good heal. Still really good for Unholy. The next one is still kind of mandatory. Well, not that mandatory. It's mandatory between these two. Asphyxiate, you just can't take it because then you lose all your mobility. So Chillblaine's either for the slow, I kind of like it better, or Death's Advance, and then you go super fast. Then I chose Death Pact, the other tier. You can choose Conversion, but for Frost, because it generates so much, but I like Death Pact. Then the next tier, Runic Corruption, and then Desecrated Ground on level 90, because of second trinket, or third trinket, when you have Desecrated Ground, Icebound Fortitude, and your trinket itself is really nice. Okay, so let's go over what Blizzard thinks we should use most of the time. So they think we should use Scourge Strike, Festering Strike, and Dark Transformation, which is partly true. One of the things you want to do for PvP is, let's do it on this dummy, is since Necrotic Strike is a giant thing now. Because when you look at Necrotic Strike, let's read it. A vicious strike that deals 150% weapon damage, absorbs the next 10k healing, and, slows casting like it always does. It hurts. They buff the absorb, they buff the damage, it's really good. Bad news, cost a death rune. But it is so controlling, because lots and lots and lots of DPS classes heal and rely on healing. So small increments of heals like Retribution Paladins or Balance and Feral Druids. Those heals all get eaten up by Necrotic Strike. So since we need them on death and we don't have any death to start, what's a good opener is starting getting your diseases up with Outbreak or Unholy Blight, and then using 2 Festering Strikes to get your death runes, and then 2 Scourge Strikes. Then you can either spam Death Coil Heal, or you can go into Summon Gargoyle. Most of the time it's better to go into Summon Gargoyle. But I'm just going to spam Death Coils for now. And now, a few seconds later, you're going to have your Death Runes up, and then you can do 1, 2, 3, 4 Necrotic Strikes. You have 40k of Absorb up. And now your Unholies are up, get those things up. Then you can do your Fester again, and then you're probably going to want to save some of your death runes so you can keep Necrotic Strike up longer, because it'll just fall off if you don't. So I'm going to use 1 Necrotic here, I'm going to use these 2 Scourge Strikes, and then I'm going to use a Festering Strike, and then I'm going to do some Death Coils, and then Necrotic's almost down, so I pop it right back up, but I just missed it there. That was kind of a fail. So most of the time, your rotation even though there's not much of a rotation for PvP, it's more priority list. Unholy does have a little more of a rotation than most classes, because you need to get your death runes with Festering Strike, And you Scourge Strikes, use it whenever you have unholies, and then Death Coil spam. And then of course you have your Stun, your Strangulate, AMS, Iceman Fortitude, everything else. And then you can get your pet up eventually. Into Timmy, I accidentally popped Unholy Frenzy, which is really good now. I see how fast my craft's going. You can get a talent that will make it so that it doesn't eat damage. I mean, you don't take any damage from it, which is nice. Now I got Timmy up. And the last 30 seconds, which is amazing, really good for burst. One of Unholy's weaknesses is their ramp up time for damage, but one of their strengths is insane control. It is crazy. Okay, so talents. I mean glyphs. Again, we have some mandatory talents. I mean glyphs, which are kind of suck, but that's the way it goes. We have Glyph of AMS. AMS has 75% damage reduction. It's 100 when you have this glyph. There is no glyph now to increase it to 7 seconds. AMS is now a 5-second spell. Yeah. Unholy Frenzy causes your Unholy Frenzy target to no longer deal damage. Causes Unholy Frenzy to no longer deal damage to the affected target. Gotta have that. And then the best one ever, Icy Touch. Your Icy Touch dispels one helpful magical effect from the target. Amazing. This is one of the best abilities ever. This Icy Touch just costs a frost. Just boom, frost, and then Icy Touch happens. Crazy. And then boom, a dispel. It can get rid of so many things. Eternal Flame from Pally's, Sacred Shield from Pally's, buffs, any magical buffs. Can get rid of Ice Barrier. Can get rid of so much stuff. It's a lot. And it can get rid of a lot of stuff, and it's spammable. So they put it back up, it's gone. So it's really nice. And of course, miners are just the classic. Well, not the classic. You can do anything you want, but it's just looks. So I got the Army of the Dead one, making my Army of the Dead have tons of undead, different looking undead. Horn of Winter outside combat has a flurry of snow, and then my Geist, of course, doesn't look like the normal Geist. So yeah, here's the flurry coming up. There it is. The only other glyph that's really good that you should consider, actually, is Death Coil. It basically, you can put it on a ally now, and it puts a shield on them for 7k each Death Coil. Icebound Fortitude. Basically, this is for the stun break. It reduces its cooldown from 50%, so basically it reduces it to 1.5 minutes. But the damage reduction goes from about 20% to 5. Yeah. So you pretty much use it for the stun break now. Then another good one is longer Death Grip, sorry. So if I was Frost, of course I wouldn't have Unholy Frenzy, and I would be using that. So Unholy looks pretty good for PvP. I'm liking how they are right now. Not super OP. Still loses some things. Though it counters what it should, which is the ranged classes, mage, warlocks, etc. But it has a hard time with what it should have a hard time with, like warriors and hunters and physical classes. So yeah, that's it. See you later, guys.